time for the main event of Clash in Italy, and that is Tribal Combat.
Tribal Combat
for the for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. By the way, you convinced somebody.
No, I didn't. He said it. I ain't got to convince you. All you got to do is go listen to it. I didn't convince shit. I didn't fucking edit that clip and put it up on YouTube. He said Tribal Combat.
I saw a comment on one of the videos where they're like, I didn't realize he said that until you said it. They went back and heard it and said, "Oh my God, it does
100%." No, he think he's slick. I'm telling you, his nephew was like, "Yo, I bet you can't say comeback on TV." He said, "Watch Raw.
Bet money.
Say I won't do it.
Say
I won't do it. And I'm gonna come back and get your PS5. Put your PS5 on the line. See if I won't do it."
Which you know is gonna hurt because that GTA 6.
That GTA coming too, and Jacob could afford it. Little kid can't. That's fucked. Yep. Don't bet him because he'll do it. He said comebacks. You can't convince me any other way.
The main event here for the world.
And Roman said I accept, which is the crazy part. He just yes. He said yes, please. I need all of that.
Didn't hesitate.
With his chest out and everything.
Yeah.
I accept.
I
need a doggy bag.
He said, Roman, are you gonna take time to think about this? No need.
Nope. Wait, what did you say? Yes. Yes,
I'm in. I am in for sure.
Anyway.
And so was Jacob. He was in. So it's for the World Heavyweight Championship and the title of Tribal Chief. It was all or nothing here. And I want to I want to help with some misconceptions here.
Okay.
So during the course of this build-up for this match, Roman Reigns did a promo against Jacob Fatu. I think it was the week before the actual show, where they were confronting each other, and Roman had said that if Jacob were to win, that he would acknowledge him. Meaning if he would become tribal chief, he would acknowledge him. But if Roman won, that Jacob would have to serve him. That was the conversation that took place. So when Jacob loses this match, which, spoiler alert, Roman Reigns retains the title, there wasn't much of a discussion after that match. It kind of just jumped right into, it looks like Jacob's now part of the group. They didn't really explain it much, but they made that face. Jay was like getting on his ass. Come on, let's go. You coming with us? Da-da-da-da. And then on Raw, which I didn't get to see all of Raw, but I saw the clip.
Oh, he had a fucking banger on Raw. Roman, I get chills thinking about it. I love that. Go ahead. Anyway.
So Jacob cut this great promo about keeping his word and showing to his kids that he stood up to the tribal chief and took a shot and all that stuff. And he said, but he's going to stick to his word. And he acknowledged Roman as the tribal chief. And Roman looked at him and said, you don't understand this right now. You don't get it right now, but I love you. And they did the whole deal. And Jimmy cut this quick thing where he does a thing with they the twos and we the ones. And they throw the ones up. And Jacob Fatu throws up the ones. And they have this nice shot of the four of them all in the group. And then everybody on the internet shit a chicken. Because the last tribal combat match, it was Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. And Roman Reigns won the match, thus regaining his title as tribal chief and retaining his Ulafala. But
I remember that.
It's called the Ulafala, but I love when Cornette calls it the Ula Waffle. You know, it's pretty cool. But Solo did not serve Roman when he lost. In fact, he already had a group that they were calling the Bloodline, and when they lost, they became the MFTs or whatever they're. Before they got released, they were the MFTs or whatever the case may be. So people were like, "Well, that doesn't make sense. Solo didn't have to serve Roman when he lost."
That wasn't the stipulation.
That wasn't the stipulation. People also forget that Solo Sikoa was the second tribal combat match. This one with Jacob is the third. The first one was Roman and Jey Uso. And that was the stipulation again. That should Jey lose, he would have to acknowledge Roman as his tribal chief and join him in his quest to rule the WWE.
If I'm not mistaken, set Jey into his greatest part of his career.
That's when we started getting Crash Out Jey. That's when we got Bloodline. That's how the Bloodline literally began. It was tribal combat, bringing in Jey and Jimmy not wanting Jey to do this shit by himself, and it became the three of them. Then Sammy got involved, then Solo got involved, it became a whole thing. But the Bloodline was literally built off of the back of tribal combat. So when people say, well, the stipulation doesn't make any sense. Solo didn't have to serve. Solo didn't have to serve because that wasn't the goddamn stipulation. The only stipulation was the Ula Fala. That Ula Fala was not on the line here. Roman, if you notice, came to the ring with the Ula Fala. The Ula Fala and the title in question, or the tribal chief, was not on the line. Roman came to the ring as the tribal chief. Jacob Fatu was in search to usurp him as tribal chief. When Jey
not even technically, he didn't give a fuck about the tribal part. He just wanted the belt.
He said no. He later cleaned it up and did say that he wanted the tribal chief because he wanted with Kane with the title. The first promo he cut, he said he didn't give a damn about.
I misunderstood it then. Okay.
No. You understood it fine because when Jacob initially challenged Roman, he did say he didn't give a damn about tribal chief. He just wanted the things that came with being tribal chief. He wanted the money, the cars, the good life for his family.
You realize that's what comes with it.
So Roman had preached to him later. He goes, "You want all the things that come with it, but you don't get those things without being the tribal chief." And that's when Jacob was like, "Well, it looks like then I'm coming to be the tribal chief because I want that shit and I want it to come to me." So then he did clean it up eventually. But yeah, that was the whole thought process going into the match. So for everybody who seemed to be confused, it wasn't the stipulation at the time. I thought this was a solid match. I thought it was really good. It was definitely the main event of this card. For me, felt like the main event. I love the fact that they're elevating Jacob. I don't like the fact that it took 2 losses to get there. But I like him in the Bloodline because for everybody who keeps saying I'm sick of the Bloodline, this is a different Bloodline. I feel like this Bloodline is like fragile.
Really?
No. They have the potential to be dangerous because of the 4 involved. These are 4 main event players all on the same team right now.
To back up what you're saying, I want to say what I'm thinking you're saying.
Okay.
I think when you say fragile, I feel like Roman has to be careful the way he does this.
Oh, any one of these 3 could fuck him at any goddamn moment.
At any point.
At any point.
Which is segue, good segue. Which leads me to that fucking bar he dropped that on Raw that literally gave me chills when he said it. When he's bigging Jey up, and it was like, you got to go out there, you got to win this thing because you get to try to tell. He's like, this, you've had this. Did you see this?
No.
You didn't? Okay, so he's talking to him, and they're talking about
this
the tournament.
on Raw?
Mm-hmm. So he's talking about the tournament.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. So they're talking about the tournament. I can spoil it for you. You don't give a fuck. He was talking about the tournament, and he's talking to Jey, and they're sitting there, and in the back, and he was like, yo, Jey, this? You've had this, but you haven't had the other one. So he's like, you need to get out there. You need to win this thing and bring that shit. Basically, he's like, I'm not good verbatim, but basically, you got to bring that shit back to us, right? Like, I got one. You know what it's like to be a champion. You need to go get that shit. And then he said, hardest part, bro. He was like, there's 2 ends of the table. And Jey looked at him like, bro, we don't talk about, listen, everyone can't be Roman Reigns, but everyone wants to be Roman Reigns. No one knows what it's like to be the number 2 for mad years and then finally get that recognition that you're not there for, because being a good number 2, that's not what you're looking at, but to be acknowledged but like that. So when he said there's 2 ends of the table, the look Jey gave Roman, like his dad was so proud of him. You know what I mean? So he dapped him and I low key kind of hope that happens because that'd be a weird way to get both belts back on Roman. Put it back in the bloodline, but still keeping, and they've been doing a really good job at kind of low key separating Jay from Roman. There's a lot of times where like they're doing a bloodline segment, but Jay's like, for instance, going to meet Fatu somewhere, and then the other two are in the ring. Like they're trying not to smother him. So to put, I know people are gonna fucking hate that, to put that other belt on Jay, if not just for a little bit. Oh, dude, I think that would just be kind of fucking cool to see, dude. I don't know that there's two ends of the table shit. Oh my god, dude, that was a fucking bar. That was a bar. Love that shit.
I'm actually not all that against him winning the King of the Ring. I don't know if I want him winning the WWE Championship just yet, because in my mind, it is a different bloodline. And although Jimmy has never been a world champion and Jacob is just now getting to the main event scene, I do kind of perceive all four of them as kind of high-level talents. And remember what I said at the beginning of this. The bloodline started off of that tribal combat match between Roman and Jay. A real cool full circle moment, because if you think about it, Jay's checked off a lot of career boxes. Been the world champion, did it at WrestleMania, reunited with his brother. They made amends. They actually won the tag titles again. He's just checking off box after box. One of the most over guys in the company, top merch seller, just box. There's one box unchecked.
When they were on Raw and the crowd was going crazy, wrote the Roman, all that stuff cheering Roman. There was one, and Jimmy pointed it out. There was one section, like it was a pretty good size section, where Jimmy pointed and the camera actually changed over there. And while everyone's doing Roman stuff, they were like this.
Oh, yeeting.
So it was in the midst where Roman's in the ring. There's still that sliver of people. I mean to cut you off, but like there's still that sliver of people that,
and I'm glad that it's there.
Celebration of Roman. They're still acknowledging Jay. Still.
And I'm glad that it's there, because that's where I'm headed to next. There's one box left unchecked for Jey Uso. And for a while, he hasn't had the opportunity to check that box because it required something special and unique. And that requirement was that Roman needed to win a world title again. And now he has one. And Jay, in that one box left unchecked, is he's yet to beat Roman for the title. All those times that he faced Roman for the title, it's what made him main event Jay. All those matches with Roman where he would lose over and over, despite losing, it built him and eventually became the right-hand man. That's how that whole thing started. Now Jacob is taking loss after loss. They're rehashing it all over again. Jacob's taking loss after loss, and now Roman is grooming Jacob to be that next guy. But Jay is right there, and there's one box left unchecked. If Jay really wants to get out from underneath the shadow of Roman Reigns, he's going to have to beat him for a world title. Now, if he wins the King of the Ring, sure, he could challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. He could challenge Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. There are many an opportunity on the table. And the Jey Uso that fought Roman Reigns for those titles in the past, not the same Jey Uso that's competing today. That is a superior money match in today's WWE.
I like that story. I just don't want to end what's happening right now too fast. So,
which is ironic, because there's some people online that want it overnight now. They don't want the bloodline. They don't want the bloodline to exist right now. I don't hold that shit against people, because fans are fans and they're not worried about business. The bloodline being back together is more of a business decision. I don't hold fans to that. They shouldn't be worried about the business aspect of it. The fans want to watch good wrestling and good entertainment. And they're over the bloodline, so I give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I as a person in the industry, I love the bloodline. They print money. They print money, so I'm not even worried about that. But as a fan, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. It's been a while. I understand.